How is it going, you lovely lot? Welcome back to Tokyo Rising. We are back for a summer transfer special part 2. Yes, this is a few days late. And to people who have been missing this series, maybe even reached out to me, apologies there hasn't been any videos. That's not been because F1 Manager came out. But you may be able to hear by my voice, I actually ended up getting sick over the weekend just gone, which happened to be my birthday weekend. That's a little bit annoying, let's be honest. What was more annoying was the fact I haven't been able to play through the rest of the summer transfer window here at Tokyo 23. That is the mission for today. I left things last time saying I'm going to get to the start of February and hope a load of new players are available. I'll level with you, it's been a week almost since I recorded that video. I'm looking at my team. I feel like I was far too calm last episode, wasn't I? This is a bit of a mess. Pre-season is like in full swing and we just don't have a team at our disposal. So that is going to be something we have to sort today. A transfer window awaits, Tokyo 23 awaits, and the J2 awaits. Promotions happened. We need to get ready. Let's run the intro and get into some transfers, shall we? So like I mentioned at the end of last episode, I feel like we just need to get to February. We have a load of players loans end, a few contracts end as well. We've got two of our big signings joining us as well. Nakano, who's going to be our new starting goalkeeper. And of course, Hashizume, another player we've been eagerly awaiting the arrival of. This guy is going to be our new right midfielder. In terms of the shopping list for today, I still want a right back. I kind of want a left mid, and then some depth in the defence is perhaps the biggest order of the day. When I look at this team, we just don't have defenders, do we? I'm trying to find a positive, that I hadn't realised or noticed during last episode that I'd kind of forgotten about loading up the save game. Hattori, who we brought in to be a depth fullback option on a free transfer, is now listed as our hot prospect. He is going to be playing with the first team. I like his versatility. That's the positive I'm going to find, but I need more players like Hattori this year. We did have some bids last episode. A fair few of these I turned down, although there was some fairly decent money on offer. But the reality is, transfer budget is healthy, wage budget is healthy, but when we looked at targets out there just wasn't quite players of that super elite level interested in joining us for a reasonable price. And well, I kind of said, didn't I, the aim was to get to February. That's still the aim. So I'm going to hit continue for a bit and either join you when stuff starts to happen before the 1st of February, or potentially even come back on the 1st of February when we have a load of new players and there's a load of free agents to go and look at. Now, as you guys know, a few months ago, we moved into the new setup I've got behind me, and I moved in with my girlfriend, and she was shocked and horrified about the amount of energy drinks I was drinking. But then, like a sign from the gods, a company reached out to me, Holy Energy, and they were kind enough to send me one of their starter sets just to try to see if I liked it. I did give my girlfriend some too, and I really like the taste. Holy Energy comes in 3 different formats: energy, iced tea, and hydration, and using their deluxe starter pack, you can try all of them. Once you found the flavour that suits you, which in my case recently has been Citrus Cobra, you add just 1 serving to 500 millilitres of water, and with a little bit of a shake, you've got a delicious, refreshing drink. Holy drinks come with no sugar, taurine, or questionable ingredients, and best of all, and perhaps most importantly, taste pretty good too. If you'd like to find out more about Holy, check out the link at the top of the description and visit their website. With your first order, use the code SPACE5 to get £5 off, and just use the code SPACE for any subsequent orders to get an extra 10% off too. At 80 pence a serving, you get a good drink, you get some good taste, and best of all, is good for you. Join the soft drink revolution and try Holy today. Okay, folks, good news. It is the 1st of February in game. I've got my Holy Hydration, which is caffeine-free, to get me through this transfer special. I feel like we need it. We have got Hashizume and Nakano here. Great to see the fans and the board hopefully as well, happy with the signing of the new goalkeeper. Hashizume looks like a good signing. The thing that has amused me here is the squad now has an abundance of game-changing forwards. Yeah, we do have too many. This guy's going to be a right midfielder, I think. I mean, here's the thing. He can already play at right attacking mid. He's right-footed as well. I am thinking, though, rather than train him to play right mid, given the fact his crossing's not the best, maybe just playing him as a more attacking winger option is just the better idea. Have him in the wide area on the right-hand side, and then have him kind of as an option that can get into the final third that little bit more. Obviously, we kind of have had a fairly balanced approach of our attack, but given we have the more defensive-minded centre mid on that side anyway, I think it can probably just give us the coverage we need. The only question to really answer is who would be that right-sided midfielder, because Patata can also play right attacking mid. So this is another reason why I'm thinking maybe switching to an asymmetric 4-4-2 is the way to go. I did see a fair few comments saying maybe I should go to just a 4-3-3 with a narrow three-man midfield, but I actually just feel like with our counter-attacking style of play, leaving three players up at all times just isn't really going to work, and I don't want to compromise that style of play, at least just yet. Of course, with our more attacking kind of 4-4-2, we do actually play with the winger in that higher area, so it's kind of a hybrid between what we have been playing defensively and what we have been playing attacking-wise this system. Like I said, Hashizume fits it well. Now we just need a left mid and a right back and depth. And I suppose the good news is, much like we've released some players, other players have been released too. Speaking of which, Tomoya Sawa, club captain, contract has expired. He's not left the building. Someone's got to tell him he's not loved and he's not wanted. That man has to be me. I'm sorry, Sawa. He's been here since the beginning. He's a Tokyo 23 player in real life. He didn't play for us last year in J3. He's not going to play for us in J2. And as charitable as I am, I'm not paying him £300 to sit around in a B team that don't play competitive matches. Now, I am desperately hoping that if I now just go to the player search screen and search by ability, or even just the recommendations here, there's going to be players that were contracted to clubs that are now just free agents, which maybe are going to be more willing to join us. There's definitely free agents here that have good ability. That's good. There's a left midfielder here, Takimoto. He's good, isn't he? He's good. Did I look at this guy before? This is the other issue with there being a bit of a gap between transfer specials. I feel like I must have looked at him and he had no interest in joining me. He's a good left mid. Maybe we could do better. I mean, compared to Kayanoki, who's our current starting left midfielder, he is definitely an upgrade. I feel like I shouldn't buy the first one I look at. Okay, this player search screen is making me feel pretty bloody good. I'm just scrolling through things here. There's lots of players listed who look quite good, at least according to the star ratings. Annoyingly, all the players at the top here are strikers. This guy's 18. I don't need another striker. But he is absolutely unreal. I'm just going to compare him to Omarov, who was our standout player at the end of last year. I have to say, he's 18. Like, he can play right attacking mid. It's going to be fine. How much does he want? Wants to be a star player. We'll finish in the top half. I'll promise him that. He wants £1,000. It's quite affordable. The only downside is the release clause to teams in a higher division. That's not that much money. But then again, if we get promoted with him, then I don't have to worry about that. You know what? Surely other teams are going to make bids. I'm just going to give him what he's asked for. I don't need Nagakura. It's probably a terrible idea. But he is absolutely mad, isn't he? Talked about Hashizume being this good addition to the club, didn't I? Just look at him compared to Nagakura. I want them both. I need them both. I mean, even the fact I'm just ignoring the release clauses really says a lot. It is another striker, though. I don't need more strikers, but maybe I should just play three strikers. Maybe three strikers is the future. Takimoto, who we looked at previously, is kind of comfortably the best kind of left midfielder out there. I wonder if there's any players, a bit like the players we've already been looking at, who play left attacking mid, who don't play left mid as well. And I think the answer to that outside of Takimoto is there isn't really such a player. He wants to be an important player, but he does actually want to play as a left winger. So I guess that's promising. What kind of money is he going to want? £750. No minimum release clause is nice. Is he enough of an upgrade on Kayanoki to sign him? I suppose knowing that there's no other options out there immediately that we've been looking at, although maybe I can have a deeper look. I feel like he's a good player to at least get the ball rolling on. Compared to Kayanoki, he is not quite as quick, but he is comfortably better technically, mentally, and for the most part in the physical department too. The other position we have just constantly struggled with is like right backs, isn't it? That has been a problem just ongoing for years. This guy, he's good, isn't he? Watanabe, I like the look of this guy. 18 years old. Mitsuhashi was our starting player there last year. I mean, Watanabe is just a better version and he's 18. Maybe he's not as much of a massive upgrade as I was perhaps hoping, but given his age, he will get better. He's got really good potential. Was released by Meiji University without ever playing a game for them, which I find absolutely absurd. He only wants to be a regular starter, although he wants to treat the club as a stepping stone, which implies he might want a release clause. And I can confirm he's tried to put one in. I'm going to remove and exclude the minimum release clause and also get rid of the yearly wage rise. I don't mind a top division wage rise so much just because our wages are so extraordinary low for a J2 team. If we did get promoted to J1, a 35% rise and £800 really isn't that much, especially because in J1, you get so much money given to you. I really like the look of this guy. I know he's not the most consistent of players, and I will have a look because there was one other right-back option who was rated quite highly, but Watanabe looks great. I think the other player here, Mochizuki, was actually more of a centre-mid, centre-back, indeed he is, who I have looked at before and then pulled out of, I think during maybe even this transfer window. He's a really good centre-back that my staff rate highly. He's got kind of unusually high jumping reach for a Japanese centre-back. According to our staff, he's actually better than our current centre-backs. I'm now wondering what kind of money is he going to want? He wants to be an important player. He did just mention release clauses, didn't he? And he has locked them in. A minimum release clause. It's not even to teams in a higher division. It's just a minimum release clause altogether. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't hate our centre-backs as starters. Really, if I'm looking at centre-backs, I'm looking for players that add depth. And looking at things here, there's a few more centre-backs to look at. Takabe here can also play defensive mid and centre mid. That's kind of nice as a bit of versatility. I think the risk I'm going to run into with some of these players I'm looking at is maybe an unwillingness to drop squad status. Takabe here is not one such example, which is nice, and he wants not a lot of money at all, to the point where I'm kind of just tempted to give him £500 and see if he'll just tell me the very acceptable line that means that he's guaranteed to sign for us no matter what. I feel like for the kind of money he's asking, it's a really, really reasonable ask. He's not the craziest player by any means whatsoever. But when you look at our squad depth, just the depth at centre-back has not been good enough. Yoshikawa is considered our 4th best centre-back right now. And I'll be honest, I don't think he's good enough. You look at him compared to Takabe here. Takabe is a big upgrade and way, way better in the air. The versatility they both have is really nice, though. I mean, right now we are paying players not even on the bench for our team close to £500. So, yeah, I'm very comfortable offering that kind of amount for Takabe. I'm going to give him a little bit more. I really want to get the very acceptable line just to stop any team coming in and stealing him away. I'm not for a second suggesting this guy is the greatest player in the world, but just purely from the perspective of I want to wrap up some signings and know that I've got some players coming in to fill the depth area, and centre-back is just that area where the depth doesn't exist. He is someone I like a lot. You might have spotted as well, I had an offer for Sakurai here. Now, Sakurai could end up being our starting left midfielder option this year. Grula made a bid. The bid is £36,000, which I'm not going to accept. Right now, with kind of my blocked out 11, Sakurai is a player who doesn't even quite make the bench. I do wonder, is he better than Kayanoki? I feel like when you compare the two, see, I'd say Sakurai probably is the better option. Sakurai really isn't a bad little left mid. I'm kind of miffed by the fact he's got a lower star rating, to be honest. I mean, really, I'm now wondering with Takimoto, the left mid we were looking to bring in, is he better than Sakurai? And am I crazy to say I don't necessarily think he is? I mean, I'm not going to withdraw the bid from Takimoto because I think we might need left mid depth anyway. Sakurai's a really good player, isn't he? I've kind of just done Sakurai dirty. I've broken one of my unbreakable rules by judging a player on his kind of star rating rather than his actual ability. And, I mean, Takimoto is apparently a whole star better. That's definitely not the case in terms of what I'm seeing. Just looking through more of the centre-back options here, there is really good options that my scouts had scouted that weren't interested in joining me before, but are interested now. Fukatsu here is a decent little left-back option, potentially, who can also slot in at centre-back. That would be an interesting option, because right now, of course, we've got Daisuke Ono, who is our new left-back. Not the best defensively, very, very good going forward. But our next best left-back kind of is just Hitori or Otaki. And I don't want to play Otaki at left back for another year. So there's a depth option. This guy could be good. I know he's inconsistent, but I feel like there's enough to like kind of in terms of the overall ability of this guy that I'm going to try and get him to sign for us. He wants to be a breakthrough prospect. I'm hoping, well, I was hoping that was going to mean his wage demands would be reasonable. They're still a little bit hefty, but I'm going to up all these payments a little bit. Just as a reminder, we've got millions of pounds in the bank. A signing on fee of £40,000 for a freebie, like if it was going to guarantee a signature, I probably wouldn't say no to. I am going to get rid of these wage rises after kind of games being played and just up his wages as a whole. We can be a little bit more frugal. And in fact, I've made an offer here. He said it's very acceptable and he's happy. He is literally going to sign for us with one click of continue. Makes me think with Watanabe here, I'll just slap him with £20,000 and see if he'll say the very pleased kind of line and just instantly accept the contract. I need fullbacks. I need depth. The good news is, as I said, Fukatsu, the left back, is instantly going to sign for us here. There you go. People say I don't make transfers in my transfer specials. There, I think, is a really, really good depth left back. Apparently, we're facing late pressure to sign Watanabe. Oh my! I swear if someone just comes in for him now, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. There's J1 teams here interested. I want this guy to be my right back. He's so young. He's going to have a load of potential down the line. Can I just throw more money at him? Like, surely he should just accept this bid. This is mental. You know what? I'm just going to give him £81,000 signing on fee. I am that desperate to sign a right back. I love Mitsuhashi. I can't have another season of using Mitsuhashi at right back. And Watanabe just feels like a really, really good option for the right back area. As a long-term player, looks like he's got some really good potential. The list of teams that are interested in him makes me more convinced he must be really good. I don't know if that's flawed logic or not. I've offered him £81,000 to sign him in terms of signing on fees, which is obscene for the player that actually, within the context of the finances we have, it's probably worth just throwing it at him. At this point now, if he turns me down, I know I did everything I could to try and sign him. Offers made for Watanabe. Don't do it. Don't do it. Avispa have made an offer. Avispa are a very good team. Their media prediction's 13th in J1. If he goes to I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to give him £1,000. I'll give his agent even more money. Please just sign for me. I'm offering him so much money here. It's kind of ridiculous. I just want a right back. I'm even going to lower the relegation release clause. If we get relegated, we're mudded. I can't do more than that. I just want him to sign for us. And now Nagoya Grampus are making an offer for Takimoto, the left mid. This is why I threw all the money at the left back. Just as a little reminder, the start of the J2 season for us is in less than 3 weeks' time. I've left my transfer business late because I wanted to wait for players to be released, which, I'll be honest, the plus point is there's some very good players that are now free agents. The negatives is there's loads of other teams wanting to get them, and I'm scared I'm not going to get all my first choices. Kamata here, I think, could be another little decent depth centre-back option. I wouldn't play him at left-back, even though he's natural there. But actually, as a centre-back, I think he could do a fairly decent job for us. When you compare him with Ataki, who was our starting centre-back last year, he's really not a million miles away. And this guy is 18. Does want to be a regular starter. Will he go down to impact sub? Of course he will. His demands here are scaring me. The fact that I'm being asked to kind of suggest terms makes me think he's going to want quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, he's good. He's not this good. I'm just now looking at players who are 19 and younger who have been released. There is some really, really good players out here. Now, annoyingly, a lot of them are strikers, but there are some good players out here. Players like Valdo, who's a decent little goalkeeper, who apparently I should be looking at this guy, really. Then again, I've just bought a new goalkeeper. I need to remind myself I'm limited on foreign signings. And actually, Nakano's better, I think. Is Nakano better? I don't know. Answers on a postcard, let me know. I think he edges it. It's a trap, right? I'm looking through players who are 19 here. I see a Brazilian. Instantly, my eyes are locked onto them. Of course, I'm going to click on them. While I was looking at young players, I thought, let's stick in international caps, at least one. There's a guy here called Abdul Ahmed. He's part South Korean and he's part Pakistani. He's declared for the Pakistan national team. And he is a left wing back. But he could be a quite good left mid. He's 19. He looks good. He is transfer listed by request. And I can't believe I'm saying this. Could he be the solution to left mid? He's very good. I mean, I'm going to get a scout report anyway, but I'm going to get the ball rolling on this. £325,000 would be a club record signing. But I love the idea of signing, a Pakistani international who's also part South Korean, who plays for Gangwon. I mean, you couldn't make up. It's very much a football manager thing. He wants to be an important player. We might have accidentally found our left mid option just chilling in South Korea. I'm a little bit concerned. Does anyone know when Pakistan play international football matches? Because I could end up losing him when internationals are going on. Abdul Ahmed, I need him. I want him. Sign him up. He did generate in South Korea, but as you can see here, he has got part Pakistani nationality. He's actually played and got international goals, which I really, really love. He is listed as an attacking fullback. He's 19. I need him. I want him. We're signing him. No one else is interested. No one else needs to find out about him. It's our little secret. And if you were wondering, I have looked through the rest of the players in this list. Awad Mohammed here. A strike. I don't need strikers, do I? There was also some Mongolian footballers here, but I'll level with you. They're not great. Right, you know what? I need to focus up here. We need to be looking at the free agents that have been released by Japanese schools, because there's still loads of players here I've not looked at. I mean, there's loads of centre-backs players here that are kind of fine. I'm looking for just one or two players who will be decent depth and hopefully not want high squad status or wages. Like Kaito Kato, that's a fun name to say. 20 years old, can play right back, and actually he's not an awful right back option. Is he better than Mitsuhashi? He's probably not better than Mitsuhashi, but actually just as a versatile, potentially third choice right back who can slot in at centre back. I feel like you could do a lot worse. This guy can actually jump too. He only wants to be a breakthrough prospect, which I'm hoping means that we can get him for a really reasonable price here without too much faff. In fact, I'm just going to offer him a similar contract to some of the other ones we've been offering, in the hopes that he will just instantly accept it. Okay, I up the signing on fee to 16,000. He's got perfectionist personality. He's consistent. He's going to be a super depth option for us. But it's another defender. Apparently Kato has J2 potential. I mean, I've brought him in to be basically the fifth choice centre-back. That is his job in the squad. I think he's going to be able to do it. I've been suggested by a scout here, Wataru Hata. I don't need a goalkeeper, but this guy's good. He's 18. He was playing for Ayamori Yamada High School, who are, well, in real life, the current reigning Japanese high school champions. I don't need another goalkeeper. I don't think he's better than Nakano. But he's 18 and he's very, very good. He does want to be an important player. That's going to be problematic because I want him to be the backup. He ain't going to want to be the backup, is he? Omarov's just got injured in a preseason friendly. I think he might now miss the start of the season. Not ideal. All of a sudden, our first team is starting to look a whole lot more filled out and I'm starting to feel a lot more calmer. Definitely want that left mid option. I think that's kind of the top priority right now. Obviously, a right back as well is the dream. And beyond that, the depth at centre-back, I think now has been added. So Watanabe, I think, is target number uno. I've given him as much money as I can. There is now J1 teams making bids. I feel like he's going to turn me down. And of course, Abdul Ahmed is the left mid option, who I do really like the look of. I'm looking at his cons here, inconsistent and injury prone. I don't care, he's a Pakistani international who's also part South Korean. I want him in my team. Okay, some more good news. More depth for centre-back. We've gone from not having any centre-backs to signing a right-back who can play centre-back, a left-back who can play centre-back, and now a centre-mid that can play centre-back. Takube is the next addition to the team, and I was very concerned about the defence. I'm hoping that we're not going to have to rely on these youngsters that I'm bringing in too much, but, I mean, they're here. I think they can do a job if needed. I'm now actually questioning, do I have too many defenders? I mean, to be fair, players like Katori, who's 17. Hattori can go chill with the B team now, can't he? He can enjoy B team life. So I am still thinking that to start the year, Yoshida and Otaki will be our starting centre-back options, but the depth is there to really mix things up. Of course, Ono we have at left-back. Our new backup left-back is going to be Fukatsu here, who's a very, very good little player. Could probably make the argument that defensively he is better than Ono, but Ono is just a crazy player in all other aspects of his game going forward. I think he could be a really, really good kind of counter-attacking wing-back for us. And then, of course, when it comes to actual centre-back options and right-back options, we're blessed. I just need a starting right-back. Still looking at Watanabe, still hoping, still praying. Let's see if he joins us. Deniz is not happy because he wants a new contract. He is a very good centre. How much do you want? I wish I could ask him how much he wants. Instead, I have to promise that I'm going to give him a new contract, which scares me. I mean, to be fair, he has been one of our best players, hasn't he, at centre mid. I feel like I need to give him whatever money he's asking for. I'm just hoping it's not going to be in excess of £1,000. He wants 2,000. That's so much money for a 1-year contract extension. Why did I promise him I was going to give him a contract? I'm an idiot. He's unhappy the promise hasn't been kept. Mate, your demands were bloody mental. Our current highest earner is on £100, and it's Okamura here, who I think is a decent depth striking option. I mean, he's more than that. He's a very, very good attacker. I can't give Deniz almost 3 times more, can I? 2.5 times more. It's too much. Okay, I've realised something with this signing, which makes it a problem, but I still just want to sign him anyway. I think if I sign Abdul Ahmed here, I'm going to have too many foreign players. I think in J2, you're allowed 4 foreign players in the matchday squad. But in real life, there are some exceptions. Like, I don't think Brazilians count as foreign players because of some agreement, but that might just be for J1. I feel like it's meant to say, and I feel like in the base game, somewhere on the rules screen for J1 and J2, it like mentions the nations that are exempt as foreign. I don't have that anywhere here. And this would be a 5th foreign signing, and it is a club record fee. But I kind of just want to sign him. Is that a crime? Is that a bad thing? He's way better than all the other left mids I've looked at. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but worst case scenario, do I just sell one of Omarov or Batata? Like, we've got so many strikers anyway. And I mean, if Nagakura joins, then I could just sell one of them. It might be what I do. Abdul Ahmed, come on, Downton. I'm paying 325 grand for a bloke because I just like the idea of signing a Pakistan international from a South Korean football club. I will say, to our credit, he does actually fit the system and kind of what I'm looking for really, really well. Needs to improve a little bit going forward, but given the fact that the left-hand side of the kind of winger position is going to be slightly more defensive alongside the advanced playmaker, and with Ono being a more attacking player, he fits it too well. It's weird because I know there's some exceptions to the foreign player rules. I just can't remember what's in Football Manager and what's not, and which nations do and don't count. I don't think South Korea or Pakistan fit into that category, but there are, I think like Singapore, for example, Thailand, there's a few other countries like that don't count as foreign. I might have just murdered myself, but I've signed him now, it's too late. Jeff United have made a bid for Nagakura. I really want Nagakura. I know I shouldn't want him, and he's probably a problem child to bring in, but I'm willing to throw more money at him. Let's up the signing on bonuses. I know there's a release clause. I don't even care. I just want him. I'm 100% setting myself up for disappointment, but I just don't care, and that's probably an issue. It's 2 weeks till the season starts. I'm getting through some of the season preview items, including the top player in J2, kind of potential winners. This guy's mad. He's lonely. Why is he lone? Why have they loan listed him? Why are Grampus not going to play this guy? He's literally Can I loan him? They don't want to loan him to me. I mean, this feels like a bug. I hope they do loan him out, because he's bloody terrifying. The next few players in this list, by the way, this man looks terrified attribute-wise. Looks slightly terrifying in his player picture as well. Luis Zhao, he is very, very good. Ashima as well, a very good Japanese centre mid option. He's on £7,000. These teams are so much richer than me, aren't they? I don't even really realise this. I almost feel like shedding a tear. Tokyo 23 and Nankatsu rivalry fades. Tokyo 23 and Nankatsu are no longer considered rivals. I mean, they're still a rival in our heart. They're only one division behind us. I'm kind of surprised that's happened. I am being asked about the current club captain situation. It's a bit of a dilemma. Ataki apparently is our best captaincy option. He's probably the best player I've got. I'm actually looking through the players listed with good leadership qualities. None of them are players that are going to be starting regularly. So that is a little bit of a problem. I mean, of all the players I've got, yeah, I'm just going to go with Taki as captain. Yoshikawa was vice-captain. I'm just going to make him vice. I suppose this is one of the issues, isn't it? We're building our team off the scraps of university teams. All our players are in their early 20s now, except Denise. Denise is just babysitting a group of players, basically. Loads of players feel like I should offer Denise a new contract. Who wants to let this lot know? This treacherous bunch know I can't afford it. He's asking for unreasonable things. I'm gonna leave it. You three, you're not important players in the hierarchy. No one's gonna give a damn if you cry. Somewhat suspected this was gonna happen. And Nagakura is going to Jeff United. They're paying him £4,000. I wish we could have picked him up. I mean, that is one of my dream signing options down the drain. The other one, the one I really want, is still Watanabe. I want this guy as my right back. And with every hit and continue, I just sit, hope, and pray. The season's getting so close now that if I don't get him, I don't actually have another right-back option. Could Mitsuhashi be at right-back for a 5th year in a row? The answer to that is quite possibly. I can't believe what I've seen here. I hate this game. Oh, and Takimoto, the left midfielder, he's gone to Grampus too. I mean, we didn't want him. We've signed a left mid now. What it does mean is there's no transfers in and no current transfers out. This is the current state of the squad. I mean, to be fair, we're at 26 players here. I mean, I think I could work with this to start the year. The only real question mark is who do you play at right back? Because Kaito Kato, according to our staff, maybe has the better ability over Mitsuhashi. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. The other option who's kind of thrown into the same wheelhouse is Hattori, who we've just demoted down to the B team. He's a good versatile fullback. Hattori might end up being on the bench, actually, just because of his versatility, even though I've demoted him to the B team. I'm now looking through just the overview screen again. There's more new players that I've never seen before being recommended. Tanaka, this was a guy I looked at before. Can you remember? I think it was last episode. I've definitely looked at this guy before and he didn't want to talk to me. He now wants to talk to me. He can play right back. We might have a solution. He wants £2,000 and a release clause. It hurts so much. Why am I actually considering giving him this stuff? For lower his wages to 1,500 and do something like this? Oh, I hate myself for it. But I'm desperate for a right back. He is naturally a left back, but he does have a bit of a right foot and he can play right back. He's 18. He's phenomenal. I remember looking at this guy specifically. I did also notice there's another new player here who's rated really highly called Vegeta. He's another striker. I might have looked at this guy as well. Both these guys are good. Kyoru here wants to be an important player. Why am I looking to sign this guy to play striker? I feel like I'm trying to justify a reason to get rid of Batata. This bloke's asked for £6,000. That just doesn't work, does it? I'd also really like to know why in Spain's non-league, Jose Busto here has been recommended to me. He's generated in Spain's non-leagues. He's got some insane stats, and I've seen some players generate in Spain in the lower leagues who have mad potential. My staff really like the look of this guy. I mean, he's quite good. Does he want to just come in to be like a hot prospect or squad player or something? I don't need him. I've just signed a left mid, but he's Spanish and it's fun. I need to stop. I'm still looking through the list of players here and all these good players that are strikers. I'm clicking on going, maybe? No, I need to stop. The idea of signing Tanaka, I think, is just going to remain that. Gambara Saka have made a bid. They're a J1 team. They're a big boy. He's not going to come to us now, is he? I mean, look, I'll admit, I knew it was going to be a long shot with all the players that we've been making bids for that then instantly the big rep teams also make bids for. It was kind of obvious that someone was just going to make a bid for this guy, wasn't it? The season officially starts in a week. We've played our final preseason friendly. And, I mean, unless Tanaka gets pulled off as a deal, which I don't think it's going to, we are done in terms of transfers. I don't really need to sign any more. I think we're just going to have to grit our teeth at right back and see what we can make of the current situation. Good news, season ticket sales are on the up, although we've only sold 800 so far. Hopefully we sell a few more. But of course, the aim this year is just to attempt to avoid relegation from J2. I wonder if we look at season preview here. With our new additions, we have managed to climb up a little bit. We were down at the bottom of this, weren't we, at the beginning of the window, alongside Hollyhock, who we were promoted with, expected to finish mid-table. Takagi is now injured for 4 to 5 weeks. You know, I mentioned strikers, we have too many. 2 of them are now injured for the first game of the year, so maybe it's fine that we have so many attackers. With every hit of continue, I'm just getting ready for the inbox item that lets me know I've not got the player I wanted. I keep even thinking that maybe I've missed the inbox item telling me I'm not going to get Tanaka. I just want to believe. I just want to believe. I know it's stupid. It's not going to happen. He's just going to sign for Gambara Saka, and it's really predictable. And when it happens, I'm just going to stop the video. There it is. You've won, Gambara Saka. I hope you're happy. I mean, the good news is we have signed a load of players today. The bad news is I made all those signings really in the first few days of the window being open, but nevertheless, we are in a much stronger position as a squad. And I feel like, really, I was just looking for that 1 or 2 luxury, super high-quality signings that sadly we've not been able to get over the line because of other teams. One thing I have noticed here, by the way, lots of players suspended for the first game of the season in tomorrow's episode. A few injuries too. Yeah, that could be a problem. We've got 4 strikers out. I'm actually going to get to the day of the first game and then just block out a match day squad and see, have I got a problem with playing my best 11 due to foreign player limits? I think I already know the answer. I hope I'm wrong. It says here in the bottom left, you can't see it behind my head, maximum of 4 foreign players, and there's a big cross. I'm over the limit. I knew it. We'll figure it out. So that's tomorrow's problem. I'm going to blame poor decision making today on the fact I'm still ill. Over the last week or so, we have had a few sponsored videos on the channel, including this one with Holy. If you want to check them out, please go down below and do so. Checking out their products, making an order, trying out even just one of their starter sets to see if it's for you does directly help support the channel, and it is massively appreciated. Besides all of that, have a lovely rest of your day. We are going to be back tomorrow with more Tokyo Rising action. Until then, take things easy. It's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.